So close enough for government work, huh? All right, let's get going.
In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
That's right, boys and girls, the man, the myth, the legend. Today we're going to be playing some Last Epoch. Now, first thing to note, I'm actually going to use the game's music this time. You're welcome, Leroy. I always use my own background music because I don't want it to get flagged, but, you know, I wanted to, pay homage to the man that made all this music possible. And it's really good background music. I love the music in this game. So we're going to play it this time. And why are we Last in Epoch? Well, they had a new update come out, and if you supported them during their Kickstarter at a certain tier, I forget, I think the $35 tier and higher, $35 tier and higher, you got access to the Necromancer. So I'm figuring I'm going to show you guys the Necromancer, especially for anybody who didn't get a chance to get in and secure their spot to try this game out. I'll show you what the Necromancer is all about. Now, I've only played a little bit. This morning before I had to go to work, I think I had about half hour, 45 minutes in really quick just to try it out. And I'm liking what I'm saying. I mean, there's a few things. I will admit, the skill tree for the skeletons is very daunting. I mean, that is one hell of a skill tree. Let's just get into it. We'll look at it. I'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So if we get into our skill tree, I'm not going to be able to look at it yet, am I? No. Okay, I got to level up at least once to get Summon Skeleton. But they have something called Rip Blood, and it rips blood out of your target enemy, dealing physical damage to it. And that orb of blood is drawn back to you, restoring 10 health when it reaches you. And this has got a pretty expansive tree. So you really need to pick which direction you want to go with this. You gain 5% increased spell damage by 4 seconds when you hit an enemy with Rip Blood. Increased casting speed. These two change it. It goes into Splatter Blood. So not only are you doing the physical damage, and I think you're still drawing blood to you, but the blood can splatter out and affect enemies around. I'm kind of interested in that one. This is Eviscerate, 120% increase in the mana cost, so it really starts to hurt on that. But hitting an enemy with Rip Blood causes blood spatter to splatter out and hit nearby enemies, but not the target itself. So I guess their damage is the same, but now it applies even more to the splatted blood around your enemies. Hitting or killing an enemy with blood spatter does not count as hitting or killing an enemy with Rip Blood. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of different stuff, and I like the the size of the trees. But like I said, when you see this, some of the skeletons, oh, that tree is bad. Now, one thing I've done, let me make sure this is still true. I thought I did it. I went into the game, yeah. I had deleted all the characters, but for some reason, my stash was started. And I think that's the way they want it. You don't lose your stash. But I started with like 29,000 gold. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to start this way. I want to do a nice clean, let's see what drops in this run. Because I'm not going to use anything that I have from my other characters. Because there's some really cool stuff that I did have. But yeah, I'm not going to use that stuff. I want to see what actually drops in this run. So it's going to be a no cheaty run. We'll call it that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to focus on yet. I'll probably focus on summon skeletons to begin with. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hit the wrong thing. My fingers are set up for different games. Now, I think there is a in the tree for Rip Blood. I guess Splatter Blood would be that area of effect. Because this is pretty powerful on its own. The ability to make it hit multiple enemies at the same time could be devastating. Because not only are you doing damage, you're drawing that health back to you and healing yourself. I mean, I can sit here and tank these guys with this ability. With the right amount of armor, this Necromancer could be a tank, especially when you have skeletons. Speaking of skeletons, I can summon 3 right now, I think. Let me see if I can get a caster. There we go. So I got 2 skeleton warriors, 1 skeleton mage. Now, if I go into my skills and I look at the skeleton, now this is a skill tree. I'm like, wow, this tree, when I first looked at it, I was like, daunting. Now, it's not as confusing as it might appear. This part of the tree going up here, skeleton archers. So a lot of the things that this pertains to is archery type stuff. There are some curse of life. If your skeletons have a time limit, they last 4 seconds longer per point. Otherwise, they have 14 additional health per point. So it's not all for skeleton archers, but most of this upper tree up here are skeleton archers. I think down this tree is more your skeleton mage. Let's see. Summon skeletons can no longer summon skeleton warriors. So you get rid of the warriors, you're kind of concentrating on that tier. Over here, a skeleton commander. 30% increase in the mana cost adds a chance to summon a skeleton commander, which has a high health and uses melee attacks with high area of effect. The skeleton commander does not count towards your regular skeleton limit, and you are limited to 1 skeleton commander. Ooh. That sounds interesting. Now, let's see. Summon skeleton can no longer summon skeleton mages. So if you don't want skeleton mages, you go down to that one. When one of your skeleton dies, another one is healed to full health. Okay. I think I am going to hit the Legion for sure. 10% increased mana cost per point and adds one to your maximum number of skeletons per point. So that raises the amount of skeletons that I can have. And I don't know if I want to go archer or if I want to go full mage. Oh, I can even get more. I can almost have an army going here. Gotta be careful with that. You don't have too much stuff on the screen at once. It gets a little busy, but we'll see. Let's see how the points go. So now that I've got minions and I have the blood, what is it called again? Rip Blood. I can really do some damage. And they're not going to be doing a lot of damage to me. Because they'll be focusing on my minions. As long as I keep them up. Rip the blood. Now they've made, oh, I want to show this. I almost forgot. They've made a change to the tooltips of items laying on the ground. And I really like what they did. Now, this has 3 affixes applied to it, meaning this item has 3 of its affix slots already used up. There's little dots right here that indicating of 3. Now, the color will tell you that, but I turned this on because I just wanted to see how it looked. So now if this was a 4-tier item, if all 4 were filled, it had 4 dots next to it. I guess, oh, I'm wondering if this was put in by the developers for people that are colorblind and they can't tell the difference between what's a better item and what's not because all the colors are the same to them. Oh, maybe that's why. Not a bad. See, this one has nothing, and this one will have 1. So it has one little dot there. I mean, it's not something that I need because I'm not colorblind, FYI, but I think that's good. I'm glad that the developers are thinking about people that might have those kind of issues, including everybody into it. Now, they've done some, it feels as though they've done some work on the base demo. It feels a little bit smoother. The colors feel a little bit better. I should have read the notes. I apologize. I didn't read the notes. I wanted to play the game. I mean, it's like reading the instructions when you get something, you buy something at the store and you bring it home. Nobody reads instructions. We don't have time for reading instructions. Void damage, no. Not my cup of tea this time. I don't think. We'll see. I don't think it is. I think I'm going more caster. But with the right abilities, you really could do a Necromancer tank. I mean, from some of the stuff I've looked at, just a small amount that I've seen, you really could do a Necromancer tank. I think that's a viable build. Now, the developers did indicate that this is the last of the demos. There's not going to be a new demo after this one. I don't know if they'll do above, you know, if there's like major bugs or anything like that, if they'll put anything out, but they're not planning on any more demos. Everything now is going to be put into getting the getting the alpha ready. Minion health regen. Yeah, I'm going to keep the minion health regen. I'm not going to get rid of all this stuff. Oh, Necromancer's wand. Yeah, I think I'll switch to the Necromancer's wand. I mean, I am a Necromancer after all. It'd be kind of stupid. I'm going to carry a fairy wand around and I'm a Necromancer. Not. Now you can see my skeleton minions are actually pretty powerful right now at the base level. But when you start getting into the higher stuff, trust me, they start dying pretty often. Oh. Chance to ignite on hit. Now, I noticed something. I was playing around with a different item. It was actually a legendary that I had. I actually inadvertently just deleted it when I deleted the other character. But I noticed that the Rip Blood can cause the effects from your weapons. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Oops. I wasn't trying to summon a mage. Wasn't trying to summon again. Okay, I can't specialize yet. But now I've got sacrifice. Now this rips apart an allied minion, dealing physical damage to the enemies around it. Added damage applies double effectiveness. So basically you can blow up your own minions to do damage to the enemy. Might not seem like the smartest thing to do, but there are a couple items. I know one for sure. There's an amulet in the game that buffs you when you lose a minion. And if you can continue summoning them, there's a couple items in the game that will summon like a burning minion, and that still counts as a minion. And I found out that you can explode those guys too. At least it seemed like I could. So if I'm not exploding my regular minions, but only the ones that are summoned and are only here for a short period of time, and I'm not wasting mana or some type of action or movement to summon it, then sacrificing a free minion is just free damage, as far as I see it. Now let me see. Oh, wrong thing. All right, what am I looking for? Chance to ignite on hit. Oh, it's only a 9% chance, so it's pretty minimal. Let me see. I'll try it for a while. I want to see if it'll ignite. I think it does. FYI. Now, unfortunately, there's not a lot of people playing the game. I saw one other stream. I was checking. I didn't want to interfere with somebody else's. If somebody else was streaming this, or like on Twitch or something. I didn't want to compete. And I was surprised to find that nobody else is playing this on Twitch, and nobody is doing videos on it on YouTube. So, very surprised. There we go. Let's see, chance to slow on hit. You know, actually, I think I'll go for the slow on hit. It's not a Necromancer's one, but I want that slow on hit. Slow, anything you can slow an enemy is awesome. It decreases the amount of damage they're doing to you. Oh, necrotic damage. I want that for sure. I don't know if I'm going to use... let me see. No, I have to. That's got necrotic damage on it. Anytime I see that... So a cryomancer of stillness. Maybe the cryomancer is a part. I'll get to that. Necrotic damage. A lot of the necromancer spells level or are buffed by your necrotic damage. I believe there's a... I saw something. I can't remember where I saw it this morning. I was really tired this morning, so I can't remember where I saw it. But I noticed that something was buffed by necrotic damage. Let's go ahead and make my skeletons a specialization. Now, the next thing I got was marrow shards. Kind of nasty if you think about it. Fires sharpened bones from your body. The bones pierce through enemies, inflicting physical damage instead of mana. 8% of your current health is consumed when you cast a spell. So if you're going back and forth between rip blood and marrow shards, you can keep yourself healed up. But they do pass through enemies, but they don't do a lot of damage. But I think if you buff them, they will. Bone knives. Marrow shards deal double damage, but no longer pierce. Oh, okay. Shattered Impact is an AoE. 50% increased health. Ouch! You can be careful with some of this stuff. You can basically kill yourself by casting. Soul Blood. 10% increased health costs per point. 25% additional chance to inflict bleeding on the target. Mirror shards can hit and damage your own minions. 25% increased damage. Oh, okay. I think I get it. I don't know if it'll damage your minion, but it increases their damage. Oh, I see what it's saying. So this increases the damage of your marrow shards, but if you hit your own enemies or your own minions, you can damage them and possibly kill them. Oh, that sucks. You gotta be careful with that one. Bone Splinters. 20% reduces range. 40% increased health cost. When marrow shards are destroyed, they create a splinter and a cone, damaging enemies in the area. Okay. Huh. Now, I'm learning with you guys. Like I said, I've messed around just a little bit. Maybe 30, 45 minutes, and that was it. Bones of the Follower. Marrow shards consume one of your minions when you cast it, getting 75% increased damage. Ah, I could see you buffing this to the point where it's a one-time cast for a huge amount of damage against, like, let's say a boss or something. Sacrifice has one. Bone Nova. 20% increased mana cost. Sacrificing a minion also creates a Bone Nova. Ah, this is what I saw before in the video they were doing. Enemies hit by the initial blast of the sacrifice cannot be hit by the Bone Nova, but the shards of the bone from the Nova do travel further out and can hit enemies outside the range of the initial blast. Tooltip error there. Probably somebody else identified it. I'm not going to beat them up for it. Blood Wraith. When you sacrifice a minion, you have 15% chance to assemble a Blood Wraith from the remains. Blood Wraiths are melee minions that lose health at an accelerating rate. That sounds cool, though. I'm not sure which way to go. I'm actually, it's going to take me a while to figure out the Necromancer, I think. And there's some really cool stuff that I think they can do. Like I said, I didn't get too much time to mess around with it. Now, this stash should be empty. Yes, okay. I am going to store... want to make sure... let's go ahead and equip the stuff that I can. Armor protection. I love this, the music in the town. It really makes you think of Tristan. Do the blood wraiths heal themselves with later traits? Good question. Thank you for that. Let me check. All right, so blood wraith. Let me see. Marrow shards, marrow orb. Returns 15 health to you. No. This is kind of a final tier, the bones of the follower. There's no other shards below it. But there are times where different abilities will affect another one. So let me check real quick for you. Ghost splinters, carving. I'm looking at anything that has the word healing in it. Or maybe even buff. Destroy the location, maximum range. Actually, that was the wrong one. It should be in sacrifice. Here we go. Blood Wraith. Okay, wrong one. Sorry about that, Ross. Blood Wraith leech 25% damage as health per point. Sacrifice has a 5% additional chance per point to summon a Blood Wraith when you sacrifice a minion. So you can get 75% damage as health. So the more damage they're doing, the more they're healing themselves. Blood Wraiths have a 34% additional chance to inflict bleeding. Blood Wraiths have 30% more health and damage, and it multiplies with other modifiers. That's good to know. Crimson Horror adds an 8-second cooldown to the sacrifice. Sacrifice always creates a Blood Wraith when you sacrifice a minion. Blood Wraiths have 100% more health and damage, and it multiplies with other modifiers and 40% increased size. Ooh. I might have to try out the Blood Wraith. The Blood Wraith sounds kind of cool. I think I know what we're gonna specialize in next, guys. and probably Rip Blood. I don't know. I want to open everything up so I can really get a good look at its tree before I choose everything. But that does sound interesting. I mean, I can always start another character and start up. Let me see. Oh, yep. You can still steal the gold right off the trader's table. Gotta love that. The blacksmith, excuse me. Let's see. Shift cell still works. Developers, if anybody's watching, I am not getting a cell like the sound of earning gold that I get when I drag and drop it in. When I shift click it, it's silent. I think I would add some type of indication that you're actually getting gold when you're selling something. I mean, I can watch it go up, but you know what I mean? Mana, armor. I don't think I'm going to find anything in here. Nope. Let's keep moving. Now, I want to make sure I talk. Now, this is really some hidden stuff in the game. If you've never known it. This guy right here, if you talk to him, he gives you a scroll that gives you basically a town portal. And this allows you to port back to the square without using... And when you go back, I think you can return back to where you're at. I want to test this because I know in the original... When it's originally got added in the demo, I don't think it allowed you to head back. But I want to test this real quick. So this will load me back into the square. And if I click on it, it'll take me back. Yes, it will. Okay, good. So that was changed. Oh, no. Gotta watch out for these guys. They like to explode on you. Oh, he killed my mages. I mean, they're throwaway minions. All right, what am I gonna get this time? Mage and a warrior. Okay. Oh, I should have a fourth one. That's right. So I have 2 mages and 2 warriors. get the one that I know is going to blow up. No, get out of my way, stupid things. They jump at me. You know, maintaining your minions is going to be like an ongoing fight. Oh. There we go. I couldn't hit the barrel. Actually, I should try exploding a minion and see what that looks like. Oh. Oh, wow. That does a lot of damage. Oh, that actually is a very Pyromancer. Warning Tome of Embers. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that one, definitely. Movement speed, 17%. I like to go all movement speed on my boots if I can. I want to get as much movement speed on the boots. Go, my minions. I want to sacrifice you. Whoa, was that a new enemy type? That looks like a new enemy type right there I hadn't seen before. Whatever that was right there, that looked like a new enemy type. Interesting. Alright. Oh, no. I hit the wrong thing. Now, that's cool. I can summon right into there and then blow up the minion. Yeah, if you buff up that blowing up your own minions, that can be extremely powerful. Especially if you can get some kind of buff. Yes. Alright. Skeleton archers. Signs of life. Skeletons have 1 additional vitality per point. 5% health regen. 15 necrotic protection. Poison. Oh, so it basically gives them a little bit vitality even though they're dead. More damage. Oh, Undead Onslaught. I like that one. It just buffs their movement speed and their damage. That's nice. Some of these first ones right here are actually really nice. I mean, they're not like major game changers, but they are very nice. Now, the Legion one is a game changer. I will definitely admit that. All right, passive points. Now, a lot of people are confused about the passives. I'll explain it one more time if somebody doesn't understand it. As you put points into the different accesses, so access of souls, a resurrection of blood, entropy? I'm not very good with English, guys. It's my first language. We're typically like that. As you put points in here, you'll have a highlight, like a highlight bar will start filling up. And as that touches different nodes, you can start putting your node points into those areas. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think I want to go for Skeletal Might. So Summoner. Yeah, I want to go mainly Summoner, but I want to get Skeletal Might and Invoker. Increase spell damage per point while using one-handed weapon without a shield. Oh, that's the one that I saw that you don't use a shield and you get... I thought that was kind of an odd one. So this is your shield, and the Lich, you got a Bone Guardian. Okay. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to go up this one. I like that note. The mark of... When one of your minions dies, you have a 22% chance per point to mark the nearest enemy to it for death for 5 seconds. And then take 30% more damage. Now, when I kill, does increasing their speed increase their DPS? I don't know. That's a good point. Let me look at this. 20% increased physical damage per point. Minions have 20% increased health per point. Oh, you mean on this one. Going back to the skill tree minion. Increased mana efficient, 20% increased critical strike. 10% more damage. Ross, I don't think so, because it already gives you a damage percentage in there. I don't think increased movement speed per point. Yeah, it's only increasing the movement speed. In this tooltip right here, it's not increasing their attack speed, just their movement speed. But theoretically, in a weird way, I guess it would increase their DPS because they'll be able to get from enemy to enemy a little bit faster. if they're talking like skeletal warriors, because they'll be able to move from enemy to enemy. They may be able to do a little bit more DPS, but at a single target, just whacking at it with their sword, it's not going to change anything because it's affecting their movement speed, not their attack speed. Now, like I said, there are so many nodes here that there might be one for straight attack speed. I don't know. I'm looking to see if I see anything that says anything. Mine, no. Skeletons have 5% more attack and cast speed. Oh, here you go. Fury of the Risen. So one node over, skeletons have 5% more attack and cast speed per point, and it multiplies. And 5% leech of physical damage as health per point. Man, you can really make the skeletons like a serious enemy for your minions. But what I was going back to, something I just noticed. Oh, where was it? There's something I talked about. Okay, Ross, I love the question, but you pulled me out of my thought process there. I had an awesome idea. There was something here about when a minion dies. And I don't know what I was talking about then. But I was thinking, when I play this game, I'm always trying to find one node that works with another node in a different tree and trying to combine them to make some really weird or unique kind of build ideas. The thought process. Thanks. And I saw something. I think it was in the Summoner's Tree. I'll have to look for it again. Oh, wait a minute. No, I know where it was. So think of sacrifice. When you sacrifice a minion, you're killing that minion. All right, so hold that in your head for a second. Let's get out of here, and let's go to the passive grid again. There was something in here I noticed. Which one was it? Ah, yeah, this one, the mark. Anytime you kill an enemy, and the nearest enemy to that minion that's been killed. So when you sacrifice a minion, the closest enemy to that minion is automatically going to be marked for death. Why do I find that interesting? Because we actually have a skill, I haven't unlocked it yet, that is marked for death. Marks an enemy in a target area. Now, instead of marking just one, this marks an area for death. So it could be multiple enemies, and it's for 8 seconds, and it's 30% increase in damage. I don't know, not chain summons. I haven't seen yet. Maybe there's something like that later on where you have the ability to do that. But what I was thinking is that if you summon and then like right next to a boss. So think of us facing the first boss. So that'd be the bug boss, okay? And your skeleton warriors, you summon a skeleton warrior right at the bug boss, and then you immediately sacrifice that skeleton warrior. Now that does a huge amount of damage, right? It also, because you've just lost a summons, doesn't matter how you lose it, that summons just died, it's gonna mark for death the boss, and then you summon again right away and sacrifice again. Keep doing that, because every time you're doing it, you're adding another damage percentage for a second, and then it won't multiply, but it's a more damage from that sacrifice every time you sacrifice, because it's going to constantly mark the closest enemy, which is going to be the boss, with mark for death, which is going to be 30% increased damage from the next sacrifice that you do. So you're almost buffing your next spell by using that if you combine the two. It has some interesting ideas there. I like that. So let's go ahead and we'll push through that. So you see how that kind of like that area kind of a little bit of gray? We'll keep going up. We'll go 3 points. Now, because these two, and I like how they changed this because originally it didn't do this, those two flashing nodes, that's a node point I can put a node into. So Blood Bond, you and your minions have 12% additional chance to inflicting bleed on hit and physical skills per point. Oh, with physical skills per point. Okay. Life Drinker, when you use a potion, you drain the life out of a random minion and use it to replenish your health. Wait, what? Oh my god, that's cool. Okay, so you use a potion that's going to heal you from the potion. And then in addition to that, you drain a random minion of all its health. Well, I don't know all its health, but you drain a random minion and use its health to replenish, its life force to replenish your health. Okay, that's pretty freaking cool. Soul Drinker. When you trigger the effect of Life Drinker from using a potion, if the drained minion had more health than you needed, you gain 20% of the excess health as ward. Oh, so almost like an emergency buff. You know what? I usually don't go for those kind of spells. I don't think I've ever used, unless it was like inadvertent, if you use a potion then this type spell. But this node is interesting because not only is it use a potion, is you're draining one of your own minions to heal you in an emergency. And I like that idea. That's okay. I'm going to go for that. You guys got me to finally use a potion skill. Congratulations, because I didn't think I ever would. That is interesting. Okay. Oh. Don't want to miss a barrel. Nothing in it. Get them, my minions. Oh, that was perfect timing. I waited until they summoned all their extra guys in and just blew them up. That was perfect. Yeah, I was not using my explosion. Oh, I got out of it just in time when I first played it this morning. But now that I'm playing it, I'm actually enjoying it. It's interesting. I just have to be careful and not overuse it because it uses a lot of mana and I can't summon again. There's another part to what, Ross? While you're typing, I'm gonna go ahead and mess with these guys real quick. Sometimes the music's too soothing almost. I mean, I like it to be soothing, but it's almost too soothing. You gotta be careful because I'll put myself to sleep if I'm not careful. Long day at work, so. And I'm not saying the music's bad. Do not take it the wrong way. I don't want to piss off Leroy if he's watching. Are you saying my music's gonna put you to sleep? No, no, no. I'm just tired and it's so soothing. Soothing's a good thing. It calms the soul. Feline mercenary armor? Oh, okay, I'm interested in that. I gotta see what that looks like. Alright, there's a new mob over here. Whoa! Okay. Charge effect. You know what? Have an explosion. Whoa! Get my minion back. Ouch! Alright, I'm just gonna tank you. There we go. Thank you very much. Two skilled nodes. The previous tree you just showed that affects the defense and the summons. I think you're talking in the passive grid. Are we talking passive grids? Two skilled nodes. What I'm going for. Bloodletting. Your minions deal 30% increased damage, but you lose 3% of their current health per second. Wow. Ouch. No, I don't want to lose. No, no, no. 1 vitality per point. Now this one I don't mind. I could see this one being a good one. You have 3% reduced mana regen for each active minion. Your minions deal 50% increased damage. Minimum number of lower left of Lich. Bone Guardian. Spirit Shield. When you reach 100 ward, all your ward is transferred to your minions. Oh, wait a second. So Soul Drinker will, Life Drinker, Soul Drinker will pop. 20% of the excess of excess life as ward, and then that ward, once you go over 100, all ward is transferred to all the minions. So depending on how many minions you have on the battlefield, you're multiplying your ward and putting it on all your minions. They all get that 100 ward, or whatever, how much it is. That's actually kind of pretty cool. When you reach 50 ward, all your minion ward is transferred to all your minions. 10% increased ward retention. Is that what you're talking about? Lower left. I'm hoping that's what we're talking about. You take damage that would kill you. You have 25% chance to instead recover full health and kill all your minions instead. Okay. Wow, the Lich can be nasty. There's a couple things here that I think are really... Yeah, that Bone Guardian is actually kind of interesting. So I guess I can go up Summoner and then go down. As I said, I wanted Skeletal Might. And if I'm going to go full Summoner and go with the skeleton army, basically having an army of skeletons, I guess Spirit Shield and Bone Guardian are good synergy with the Mark and Soul Drinker then. Interesting. Let me see if there's anything that says something about if a minion dies. Okay, so now here's something that's really cool. I'm sacrificing my minions. When one of your minions dies, you have a 5% chance per point to summon a putrid wraith from its corpse. Putrid wraith throws poison. Wraiths throw poison at enemies, but their health decays at an accelerating rate. Okay, but that's kind of cool. Wisp Reaver is nice. You're getting ward based on the mana that you're casting. You have 15% chance to gain ward per point. So up to a 30% chance to gain ward equal to the amount of mana that you spent. That's kind of nice. Yes, yes. Putrid Wraith and the Blood Wraith combo actually sounds kind of cool. Oh, now wait a second. Ross, look what I just found. So not only if one of my minions dies, but let's say my minion is surrounded by 5 or 6 other stuff. I'm going to explode it, put Mark of Punishment on the closest enemy. I have a chance to summon a Putrid Wraith, and then if I have Putrid Victory, you have a 7% chance per point to summon a Putrid Wraith from the corpse of each enemy you kill. So if I kill multiple enemies, when I explode them, I have a chance of summoning a Wraith there, and I have multiple chances of summoning a Wraith from that one. Oh my god. I mean, that'll just be mean. That's unseemly almost. I love it, but it's unseemly almost. All right, let me check this stuff real quick. Attack speed, minion damage. Yeah, I'll pick it up for now. What was that? Oh. I'm going to put it on. I guess feline is just a... Yeah, it's just regular body armor. I thought feline might be some kind of new, different looking armor. I don't want to put too much... I mean, the guys have a lot of work to do, and I'm loving what they're doing so far. So I'm not going to be upset because there's not a new model there or something. They have... If you guys haven't, go to the Discord for this game. They have been giving some sneak peeks to some really cool artwork that the team is doing that is looking really awesome. And it really shows the... uh-oh. This is a perfect time to blow up all my minions. Now, that takes so much mana and time to resummon. Having something that could auto-summon something else in that scenario would be nice. Alright, so summon a Wraith. Summon a Wraith that rapidly fades from the world but will seek and attack foes while it remains. You know what would be cool? I don't know if it will. It's to increase Wraiths your target location. It would be... I think it'd be way... It'd be too powerful. It would be too powerful if any wraith buff affected the wraiths that could be auto-summoned. That would be way too powerful. I just had a thought, though, that if you took this as a specialization and you buffed it, if it would affect any wraith that gets summoned. But I think that'd be way too powerful. All right, I'm going to take the last point in Legion. Like I said, I want to have the maximum number of skeletons from that one node at least. Increased mana cost. 110 increased mana cost per point. See, then it starts becoming kind of too expensive to summon. But I like my warriors because the warriors run forward, so I won't be going down that way. I think we're going to go for a conviction, necrotic conviction next. And Fury of the Risen. Army of Blood. Skeletons have a 25% additional chance per point to cause bleeding with their physical abilities. Okay, so that's all that is. And then no longer summon skeleton mages. Then I can, let's see, I can go down here and then go for the skeleton commander. Skeleton commander, to see, they can... Skeleton commanders increase the cooldown, speed of point for inspire. Oh, okay. Adds 1 to your maximum number. Oh, if you go down far enough down here, you can get a second skeleton commander. That could be interesting. So I think that's the way we're going to go. Conviction, Fury of the Risen. We're going to go for Essence of the Bone. Skeletons deal 20% more physical damage per point. I might dabble into Onslaught. Because these three nodes right here are very, very juicy nodes. Yeah, that's nice too, Ross. Then I come down here, and then I can get into Skeleton Commander as well. That's what I think we'll focus on for now. And passive points. I'm going to keep going up this axis for now until I can get the Mark of Punishment. So far, I'm enjoying the Necromancer. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Most of that damage was done by just blowing up my minions. But it really eats into your mana. So you got to be careful with that. All right. Ooh, it got silent all of a sudden. It's a new track of music. Let's see what comes in. Another very soothing one too. I'm gonna try not blowing up my minions for a little bit. Again, I'm like overusing that. My minions are gonna start revolting because I keep blowing them up. Ouch! 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 Get the caster. Now that's something that I really think that the devs need to do. I was trying to cast. There was like a turret there. That's basically the best thing I could say. And I couldn't target it. Couldn't tell if I was targeting it because the tooltips automatically pop up. So I really think you should be able to turn these off. I'm trying to see if there is... Let me check the settings real quick for gameplay. Length of names, add dots, display. I think there needs to be a tooltip for... that you have to hit like Alt or Control or Shift or something, so that when you're hovering over an item, you can hit Shift, like left Shift, and then see the tooltip for it. Because the tooltip's popping up, and I'm trying to target an enemy, I'm trying to fight, it kind of gets in the way. I don't know, just as the way that I feel about it. Maybe I'm one of those weirdos. I don't know. Well, I know I'm weird, but I really do think I have a point. I don't know if my point has any meaning, but I feel like I have a point. But I can't be sure yet. Oh, wait a second. What was That was a weird effect around that wolf, and I couldn't tell what it was. I don't know if it was my... It was my mage minion that was making that or if I was doing that. Kind of like a blood splatter coming off the wolf. It's an effect I haven't seen before. Oh, level 7. Awesome. My daughter watches that. I've only watched a couple episodes with her. I never really got into the anime scene. Not that I don't like anime, it's just I don't get into it very much. Or I like more Western anime. I know the Japanese anime is the best there is, but when it's westernized so that it's not voiced, you know, I can actually understand what they're saying. It's so awesome. Yes, the demo is still there. If you go out to Discord, and I don't have a link in the description, I apologize, but if you go out to Discord and look up Last Epoch, you can get it there. If you go to lastepochgame.com, now that is in the description of this stream right now, and then it has a invite to their Discord. Go into the Discord and then go into demo download, and you can get the demo. Now, if you didn't support them in the Kickstarter, you won't have access to the Necromancer, though. You'll have to wait for the alpha for that. All right, so let's see, 20% more health, or more damage, and 5% increased movement speed per point. I think I'll go with Onslaught first. I want to get to that commander first, I think we'll go that way. And then passive points. Keep going up that tree. Oh, and I forgot something about the paths. I forgot to bring up. 1 second. When you do go up, like, see, I'm going down this line right here, this axis. As I do, right now I'm gaining 40% health, 40% increased minion health, 5% increased minion attack speed as I go up. And this is a tooltip, it'll tell you how many points you have to get those additives as they actually go up. And each tree will add its own stat, and then each class has its own abilities. Now the thing is, right now, when you start as a Necromancer, you start as a Necromancer. There's no transformation. There's no tree to get you to that point. You're not in the finished game, or at least the alpha, I believe. You're going to start as, let's say, a squire or a warrior, or I forget that I can see the image in my head, but I can't remember all the names. But let's say you start as a regular warrior. From that branch, you can then go to knight or death. You know, you can pick different trees. So you have 5 starting classes, and then a total of 10 expanded classes, like mastery classes is what they're calling. Right, base classes, and then you go to the mastery class. That's correct. If I was well prepared, or if I had the right tools, I could just hit a button and pop that up for you guys. But I'm a scrub when it comes to streaming. I do more. I like doing the videos more than I like to stream. Thank you, Eagle. Now, people are like, well, why do you like doing videos more than streaming? I'm going to stream for at least 2 hours more likely today, right? Let's just say it's going to be 2 hours. It's already been an hour, and I'm barely halfway through the game. And my videos, I'd already would have done 2 videos worth of content right now, and been more than halfway through the game. But because I get to do that, I get to make extra thumbnails. And the one thing that I really enjoy about doing YouTube is actually the thumbnails. It sounds really stupid, making thumbnails. That's the part of YouTube that I like the most. and it's like the part that a lot of people farm out to. I've been having all these extra summons for my skeletons. I haven't in some. Thanks everybody for not letting me know how stupid I am. Call me out, help me out. Help a brother out. Oh, there we go, level 8, nice. But yeah, a lot of people actually farm out what they consider the tedious stuff, like making tooltips. And for me, that's, you know, that's probably what keeps me coming back to do videos all the time. I know I'm weird. All right, new skill. Okay, so defile. Consume corpses in an area, pulling any remaining life force from them to gain ward. Ward is a decaying shield that protects your health. I didn't see too much in that. Yes, I know, Ross. I tried that one. It wasn't, I don't know. I didn't get much out of it. Maybe I was, but if I take points and stuff that actually buff ward, then maybe this makes more sense. Wandering spirits. Reveals wandering spirits around you for 5 seconds. The spirits wander at random, dealing necrotic damage over time to enemies they pass through. Now, this one doesn't seem very, I don't know, intuitive, but it's actually really cool. And since I'm not using the marrow shards, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the wandering spirits. Now, it has a timer. It only stays for so long, but it really sounds cool. When I cast this, listen for the sound. I'm going to get to a... All right, ready? That whisper sound. And you see, it just did damage to that that barrel, and it dropped the stuff that was in it. And they look so cool. They look like ghostly... I don't know, ghostly zombies or something. They're all green and hunched over. But yeah, they'll do damage to anything, including destructibles. I want to try them out for a bit. Here we go. Now, I don't think they target. The tooltips indicate that they don't target. They kind of just run around in random fashions. And then do damage as they hit stuff. All right, come here. Now you gotta watch out for this guy because he likes to do big areas of damage. But you know what? He's got minion death. Uh-oh. Now I can handle this, no problem. I can take it. Didn't drop anything nice, but now if I did go down the tree that said I can't summon any more skeleton mages, that means I'd be having skeleton warriors only. And if they all swarmed a mob, I could just drop them with that, which would have to be kind of cool. That could do a lot of damage because I'm missing out on some because I have the mages. So there's a viable reason to want to go summon skeletons and get down to here where summon skeleton can no longer summon a mage. Because if you're going for that, I want my minions are clustered around an enemy so I can blow them up to make extra damage. You don't want minions that are archers and or mages then. That's interesting. Death Slash. Ooh. Longer area of effect and add necrotic damage. Ooh. I think this is all the mage stuff over here. Yeah, cast speed. Your skeletons have a duration. Okay. But it doesn't affect your commanders. Oh, darn. I saw that for a second. Ooh. Next 4 points into that then. No. I'm going to get... I want to see the skeleton commander. Oh, you mean going down here? No, I want to get to the skeleton commander first. And I'm going to have to put 3 points into the essence of bone before. So the next 4 points are actually going to be 3 into here and then 1 into skeleton commander. I want to have a skeleton commander before the stream's over. So that's where my next 4 levels up are going. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Oh, keep hitting the wrong button. My fingers are sitting on WASD. Come on, kill it. Kill it. There we go. This thing has an awesome range, though. The Rip Blood, you can cast on anything almost all the way across the screen. It's really nice. All right, get all my minions up. Oh. Now, in this area, there's a two-handed torch that allows you to, when you burn an enemy, that it can summon a burning minion. I had 109 minions on the screen at one time. Now, it's just like a symbol like this skeleton right here with 3 on it. But it said 109. I have a screenshot of it. I was like, oh my god. And my frames on my system, which I consider to be a decent system, slogged. I mean, the game was like, oh my god, what are you doing to me? I said I was going to do it. Let's go sacrifice. And I want to see what a Blood Wraith looks like. So 2 points into here, and the next point into Blood Wraith. And I want to get to at least Mark of Punishment. So 3 more points into there, and then maybe start going up this tree here. Oh no, I'm going to go down here towards Skeletal Might. So I'm going to go more. I'm going to be more of a Lich, I guess, for a while. But what happened is the spitters, when you kill them, they can summon little spitters. And I had burning enemies in the area, and one thing led to another, and it just spawned and spawned and spawned and spawned. Another idea for some type of extreme spawning build or something. Something where the screen is just full of nothing but your minions. The FPS killer build. You better have a 1080 or you can't play this build. Please be aware, this build is for those that only have a 1080 Ti. Preferably 2 of them. If not, please refrain from trying to use this build, as it will shut your system down. No, it wasn't that bad, but it felt like it, because it was like slog, just down to nothing. Man, this thing, he's taking a pounding. He was killing all my minions. That was inadvertent. See if I can see, and now I see why that ability is there, because I'm trying to get rid of the mages. There we go. 1 mage and all warriors. Now that makes me a happy. Well, let me get my mana back. That makes me happy. All right, run up here, cast this, and then nice. That went rather well. Now here we go again. I'm gonna have all these. Oh no, I'm out of room. All right, I gotta start. I gotta stop pack wording. I have to go back and drop this stuff off. But first, let me take care of this guy. He's surrounded. I had a mage left. Okay. So you gotta be careful with that, because it was doing a good amount of damage, but it wasn't doing enough to kill him outright. Alright, I'm gonna save that node point until I can get Mark of Punishment, because that's the next big one that I want. Let's portal back to town real quick. Gotta clean out my inventory. It is just way overfilled. Anything in here that I want? And what I'm looking for is not the item itself. I'm looking for the effects that it have on it that I might want to try to pull off later. Anything necrotic. I'm looking for necrotic first. Maybe minion type abilities would be nice too. But first necrotic. Because of course that's the new one. think I'll take spell damage, possibly. Regen, critical strike, always hold critical strike. Minion health. Alright, and then I'll store these. Double check and see what I have equipped. Health regen per second. Oh, I've already got 2. I'm actually going to hold on to the health regen per second. Especially if I'm trying to tank, it might be smart to have. No, wait. Let me get all the gold. Okay. It's only 3 gold when you do it, but I'm going to keep stealing his gold. As long as the developers let me steal his gold, I'm going to keep stealing his gold. I remember when I first found that, I'm like, am I just stealing his gold off his table? Yep, sure enough I am. I'm like, seriously? I only have 1 ring? Okay. Lightning damage and 1 agility. Okay. Keep an eye open for a good ring. I don't even have a belt yet? Man, I'm just falling down here. 5 health, minion damage. Damage over time. Nope, that's the one to go with. Thief skill 100. There you go. And minion dodge rating. I'm gonna keep the minion dodge rating. I mean, granted, it's horrible armor. You know, only 1 effects on it, but it's a good effect. So I'll keep that for now. Might as well go ahead and summon while I'm here. That's it. That's all my casts. And then I am not the Wandering Spirits. Now, okay, Aura of Decay. This did come up and I didn't talk about it. Toggles an Aura of Decay, which poisons you every second and leaves a trail of decay. Enemies near you or in the trail are poisoned twice per second. You take 60% less poison damage while the Aura of Decay is active. So if I could buff poison, as you know, buff my poison damage, and then protect myself from poison, that would actually be cool. But I'm going to put it on my bar so I can show it to you. 2 and Blood Wraith. Boys and girls, we have a Blood Wraith. All right, let's go ahead and... Oh, there's a Blood Wraith. Oh, look at it. It's like blood falling. They don't last very long, but it looked kind of cool when he was here. All right, so now we got something interesting to play with. It did look like his blood just kind of falling everywhere. Whoa, this guy's respawned? Okay. I wasn't ready for that. All right, let's poison him. Ouch, 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 ouch. I killed myself. Okay, this is why I didn't like the aura in the first place. Hold on, leave the aura off. Oh my, okay, all right. I don't know if I was getting poisoned by the mobs and then my own poison was also killing me, but that sucked. All right, if I can mitigate that, if I can mitigate the poison I'll be taking, I like the aura. Hold on a second, I'll turn it back on again. So I'm taking 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. The first time I used this, I was only taking 2 damage. Yeah, I can't run that. That thing's horrible. I don't know why I was... Maybe one of the things I had equipped, it was, you know, later tier stuff, was protecting me. But yeah, I wasn't taking as much damage. That really hurts. What am I going to put on my bar then? I guess I could go for Defile and use it on enemy corpses. That'd probably be smart. Obviously, I need some more to protect myself because I'm not doing a good job. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Should get some serious ward from. There we go. Now I have some serious warding going on. Of course, it drops down quickly unless you take a skill that allows you to maintain it, keep it up there a little bit longer. All right, that feels a little bit better. I think it's kind of situational. That skill is more of a situational skill. Another level up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, come on, Bloodwraith, do something. Alright. He only got one attack in. My Bloodwraith only did one attack and then died. I had to run up and try to get him in range. Hold on a second. Can I change his... Alright. One more there. Bloodwraith. Oh, they're melee minions. Oh, that sucks. Because they're... He wasn't running forward on his own. That's kind of odd. Maybe I don't understand him very well. Hold on a second. See if winning damage, leech. Kind of need to go for that. Try to keep him around a little bit longer. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try that one next. I'll try to buff the Bloodwraith. And I don't know, they seem to die, but if I keep going, maybe. Now remember, I was talking about that marked for death. That's what I'm going for, so I don't have to have this, I don't have to cast it myself. I want it to be automatic. And here we go. Now I've got it. Now it's only a 22% chance, but if I put my next node point in there, it'll be a 44% chance for it to work. So it's not guaranteed damage, but it situationally it could help. And this is actually one of the situations I am going to try and get warriors. I want more warriors than casters. And right now I keep getting casters. There we go. One more. Alright, I'll stick at 4 and 2. Because I'm going into an area where I want as much... as many in front, right on the boss, and not hanging back near me casting. I want them to get in there with the boss and give the boss a hard time. That's their goal in life. At least as far as I'm concerned, that's what their goal in life is. See, look at this side. See, that's a go-getter. That's the type of minion I want. Now, unfortunately, she kills minions really quick. I can't tell if she got marked for death or not. Ouch! I'm out of minions, so now they're attacking me. This hurts. Hold on, let me give you some health here. 1 second. Come on, ouch, ouch, ouch. This hurts. I think she got marked there. She's so big it's hard to see because it's above her head, but... Hey, one of my wraiths actually attacked her. Awesome. Keep attacking her. There we go. Alright, that went so much easier the last time. But like I said, I was using buffed equipment, so... Well, what happens is I sacrifice one of my minions. It has a 22% chance to mark the closest enemy for death for 5 seconds. That means 30% increased damage. It has a chance to summon a wraith, and this is one of the poison wraiths from here. A blood wraith. They're melee minions that lose health at accelerating rate. So it's not the poison one. The poison one comes from this tree right here. That's a putrid victory chance to summon. And then anytime, and then putrid retribution when one of your minions die. So I have a long way to go. I have to start putting points up here to get to this point right here. But it's only a 5% chance per point to actually summon one of these putrid wraiths. So once I have this and this one right here, I'll have 3 separate skills and or nodes that will be in effect, actually 4, because Mark of Punishment. So it can mark them for death. It could summon a putrid retribution. It could summon a putrid victory. And then it could also summon skill a blood wraith. Now, I don't know if the game's coding is set to a point where they're not going to let you summon, they're only going to let you summon so many from a single action. If not, I could have 3 summons and a mark of death every time I explode something. It is possible. Now, laws of averages, I'd say one of every 5 might have 2 or 3 effects go off at the same time. So, not a very big chance, but it seems interesting. Now, what I need to do is take the Bone Nova so that when I am exploiting my own minions, they're actually providing more damage and more bigger oomph. Let's see. Sacrifice deal 6 for fire damage. Ignite point. Soul Shatter, 15% increased damage per point, 5% increased mana cost per point. Great Sacrifice. 35% increased damage if the sacrifice minion had more health than you before it was sacrificed. Before you sacrificed, you monster. Oh, before you sacrificed it, you monster. Oh, cute. 25% more damage against bleeding enemies per point. And there's a couple skills that I have that I know can cause bleeding, and some of the minions can cause bleedings if you take notes that they cause bleeding. So there's a synergy between punishment and the other bleeding skills. And here's lacerating bones. It causes bleeding, which can synergize with punishment. Bone Nova projectiles travel 25% faster and further. Pierce. More damage. 20% increased area of effect and stun chance per point. That's a nice node. 40% increased area of effect per point if you have 3 or more minions when you cast Sacrifice. Ooh. And you can put it up to 6? 40%? Ouch! That's 200% increased area of effect if you have 3 or more minions. Wow. Do blood putrid wraiths have a chance to curse on death? So then a skeleton dies, curses, summons, blood wraith. Then that it's not a curse. It's more of a, well, I guess you could call it a curse, but being marked for death. Yes, when it dies, because when its time's up, it's not like a time. Its health is draining out of it. Basically, the blood wraith, this one right here, when it was summoned, you could actually see the blood coming off the minion. So it's bleeding to death. After when you summon it, it just starts to bleed. It's bleeding to death. Okay. When its time's up, it dies. When it dies, it has a chance of causing. Oh my God! I see what you're saying, Ross. Oh wow! Wait a second. If it works that way, I don't think it's intended. Putrid Retribution. When one of your minions dies, you have a 5% chance per point to summon a putrid. You have a 7% when one of your... No, this is from a kill. Okay, the Putrid Victory is from a kill. Okay, so ignore that one right there. I want to make sure something else says something about... Okay, so Putrid Retribution, though, with 2 points, that's a 10% chance. So if I blow up an enemy, I have a chance of marking the nearest one that didn't die with Mark for Death, 30% increased damage for 5 seconds. When that first minion dies, Putrid Retribution has a chance of going off, and I can get a Putrid or a Poisoning Wraith. My Blood Wraith will summon. So that's 2 possible summons from 1 minion dying. When those 2 die, each one of them has a chance of causing this to happen again. And the next time, if I sacrifice another one, I can have multiple of this. So, and then if I'm killing anything, each enemy that's killed in the explosion has a 70% chance up to 3 times, so a 21% chance per enemy to summon another Putrid Victory. Or a Putrid Wraith. Each one of those that dies has a chance of causing this Putrid Retribution to go on. So it's not continual summons, but you can get in a state where for 5, 10, 15 seconds, you have a chance of multiple minions dying all at the same time, each one having a chance of another Putrid Minion being summoned. And when that Putrid Minion dies, it will cause that same effect. So anything you can get that gives you a summon on, I think, a rampage possibly. There is I think it's a necklace that when a minion dies, I forget what happens. I forget what the necklace is. It's been a while. If I find it, I think there's something in the game, like a weapon or a necklace that when a minion dies, that it automatically summons a burning or it summons another type of minion. But it's not a permanent minion. It's only a temporary minion. Okay, so it's like a minion that'll stay around for like 15 or 20 seconds, something like that. Something rough. Don't quote me on that. I wonder if that free summoned minion will allow you to continue to summon even more minions. Oh, now I really want to get to that Putrid. Okay, I'm going to start putting points here. We need to start working our way up because I want to try that out. I don't think we're going to be able to try that out today, but I really do want to try that out. Maybe that'll have to be in a build video. I'll have to play around with that for a while. Now you can see I'm getting to the point where I need to start getting some more mana because I can't even summon all my minions. I run out of mana before I can summon everything. Okay. I'll have to see because I thought there was something else. I forget what I know there's one that's a necklace and it does something, but I think it buffs you or something like that when a minion dies. So, but it would keep you up. It would be a good way to tank with it. Every time you're blowing up a minion. I gotta remember to blow up my minions now because my minions are so cool. Wow. Okay, remember how I was saying I wasn't liking how the Wandering Spirits, those Wandering Spirits do a ton of damage if a couple of them hit a single enemy. I mean, whoa, look at the damage on that. Okay, I like that one. I can't wait till that one gets a skill tree you can specialize in. Oops. Special points. I want Bone Nova. I want to see what the Bone Nova does. Okay, Death Rattle. Yeah, that's one of them. 20%, 20 health when a minion dies. So there's how you could be a Necromancer tank. Summon all your skeletons, start blowing them up, and as stuff dies, more minions can be summoned. As you blow stuff up, that can summon more minions, and you're constantly gaining health just continuously. That could be interesting. Yeah, I think I'll keep the Wandering Spirits. I think I'm At first, I didn't like the Wandering Spirits. Now I think I do. When I see how much damage they can do when they actually hit an enemy. But the problem is, how often are they going to hit an enemy? That's the only problem. Oh, there's the bone shards going off. That's pretty cool. Very mana intensive build right now, so I need to be careful. I don't think I'm going to be blowing up my minions around. Oh my god, that guy just enraged. These things are nasty enough as it is, and they just enraged. Okay, not bad. Oops. That was inadvertent, but cool. Come here. Come here. I get everything summoned up. Come on. Alright, there's a level. Nice. Don't reanimate. Just kill you again. Thank you very much. The fog in here is looking kind of weird. It almost, I mean, it's a fog effect, but it almost looks like the game isn't rendering the ground when you're standing on it. It's weird, and I don't remember it being like that before. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna keep trying to go up this line over here. No, I don't want to increase the amount of damage that I take per sec. No. I want to minimize my damage that I take, not maximize my damage that I take. Oh, he didn't spawn. Come here. Gotta spawn all these guys. I want to spawn all these guys at once. There we go. Ooh, wait a second. What was that wand? Let's see. Cold and chance to chill on hit. You know, actually, that wand synergizes really nice. Oh god, no. Not hardcore mode and maximum damage taken. You're mean, man. That sucks. Okay, so Necromancer's Wand of Frostbite. Somebody try saying that 5 times fast. I'm not. 10% minion damage, sweet. 5% cold spell cold damage. Are my spells, is anything cold? Spell, physical. I'm almost sure nothing is cold. But Necromancer's stuff is all yeah, so why is a Necromancer? I think the Necromancer wands need to be redone. Instead of having +5 spell cold damage, I think it would make more sense for them to be +5 necrotic damage. Just my 2 cents. But this is nice. 18% cold damage adds 12% chance to chill on hit. So a chill causes, I think chill causes damage. If it does, that's a nice synergy going on there. Yes, please. I'll take the health regen. Thank you. Dodge rating. I'll keep what I've got. I like what I got. Okay. Make sure I've got all my minions. I just got another caster. Actually, the 4 casters could be nice. For this boss, I think casters are actually the way to go. Because this guy's mean. Move! Don't let him hit you. See? His stun is a huge stun area. Keep summoning, keep summoning, keep summoning. Because I need to keep him busy up there. Ah, no, don't throw at me. Summon, 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 summon. I have no mana to summon. Alright, get back here for a second. Get the wandering spirits out there, that'll help. 1 minion to keep his attention for a few seconds. There we go. Yeah, I was blowing my own minions up a little bit too fast. Now, when I have all the buffs going on that actually cause other things to happen, that'll be nice. But in that case, in that scenario, I was just messing myself over. For no good reason, by the way. Alright, let me go ahead and activate all these guys. Get the Wandering Spirits out, because, God, they do it. Look at how much damage they do. And I love that whispering sound that they make. They're so cool. Ouch, 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 ouch. As I say, that's going to be a death if I'm not careful. Switch summon mechanic to be able to summon Skeleton Warrior, then switch to Mage by your choosing. Well, they do kind of have... I mean, you do have the ability to do that if you spend the points into the skill. But, like, I'm close to being able to say never summon a skeleton mage. And because I didn't summon skeleton archers, I would only summon skeleton mages. You know, if that's the way that you want to go. Or if I don't like the skeleton warriors, I want more skeleton mages, I could go down this tier over here, this wing, this node set, I guess, and knowledge is power. Summon skeleton can no longer summon skeleton warriors. So you have the ability to do that if you want to specialize, but I don't know, let's see. When you cast summon skeleton, you lose 3% of your current life per point for 4 seconds. Adds 1 your maximum. I already have so many skeletons I can't ooh, efficiency. You know, I need to take that, but I'm going to get I have 1 more point and we can finally see a skeleton commander. But I think the next points I'm going to put in there is efficiency, so I can summon them more readily. Right now I can't. Oh, look at this one. Mindcatcher. You gain 5 mana per point when one of your skeletons dies. Skeletons that are unsummoned do not trigger this effect. So here's a question. Is sacrifice an unsummoning or just the death of... I think it's more of a death as you're blowing it up. I would think it's more of a death. But there's a good question I need to have answered at some point. Right. I like to run through this area and try to activate all these guys at once just because I'm crazy and stupid. It's just fun to do crazy and stupid things sometimes. Run. No, don't. There we go. Cut a couple explosions out. A couple minions. Yeah, see, I can blow 2 right now, maybe 2 or 3 minions if I want. But then I need to run back and summon a couple minions to tank for me. Because I'm a little too squishy to tank right now. Alright, new skill. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so Hungering Soul. We didn't look at this one yet. You could ask in the Discord. I will. I'm not doing it now because I don't want to try to multitask too much. I want to pay attention to you guys and play the game. But I want to go through this and kind of learn it with you guys and then try to get some good ideas to say, hey, this is what I saw in my run. Can you answer this question and see what we get? But Hungering Soul. Call forth a Hungering Soul that seeks out an enemy. On hit, it deals necrotic damage and then possesses the target. Possessed enemies take necrotic damage over time for 2 seconds. Enemies cannot be possessed by multiple souls at once. Now, Hungering Soul, I have messed around with this one. The skeletal mages basically cast Hungering Soul. It's that same ghostly shape, kind of like a ghost skull head that flies forward. The skull flies forward, and I didn't see much of a benefit to it when I was trying it myself. I didn't see an oomph to it. Now with the right gear and or the right buffs that buffs those skills, I could see that maybe doing more and being a better skill. Now, I haven't read this tooltip, okay? Just fair warning. I have not read this tooltip. If any of you have ever played WoW and played a... Oh, God, what was the class? I always played it as a gnome. Warlock. And you had the seed of something, a destruction seed or something. You would plant a seed into an enemy, and then when that enemy died, it made this huge explosion, did all this damage to everything. What is this? Creates a new body for you at the target location. Then detonates your old body to deal physical damage to the enemies around you? What? Oh my God, that's cool. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me I'm at a loss. I'm seriously at a loss with that one. I have to read that one again to make sure I'm getting that correctly. All right, I need to buff my blood wraiths to make them more usable. Back. Creates a new bot. All right, we got to try that one. I've got to see this one in action. Okay, so it's like a teleport. Well, I wouldn't call it immortality, but it is a teleport. So, oh, I am seeing some sinners adjacent. And no, that's not a word. I'm making it up as I go. I'm seeing a synergy here, guys. If I have mainly skeleton warriors, right? Let me get rid of all these idiots. Warriors. Okay. When I run forward, the minions always stay behind. So I run forward. See this guy right here? He should activate. Well, he's a bad example. I'll have to wait till the next. Okay, you guys actually are pretty powerful. You just ate that guy up for like nothing. I'm gonna grab the gear. At least to sell it at the minimum. No, I'm seeing something else. When I run forward and I get into an area of mobs, I turn around and try to run back and then explode my minions, and I'm trying to like herd my army to get in front and protect me. Well, I can run forward like this and then teleport back. They get right up there, it explodes right at the enemy's face, and then they start attacking. That's a nice tactic. I like that one. Think of when that gets an actual buff. Now, are you guys gonna attack? Yeah, they are gonna attack. Come here, guys. No, you wanna attack? Ah, that was a bad positioning. Didn't get any damage. All right, we'll try it in a sec. All my minions were attacking the wrong stuff. They were going after the stupid wolves instead of the stuff that was actually trying to kill me. Because the wolves didn't care about me. They just wanted to run away. Stupid minion. I'm going to grab them to at least sell those. Speaking of that, I need to go back soon. But here we go. This should be a... I'm going to run right into the middle. Decent damage. It's pretty mana intensive, but it does a good amount of damage. Very mana intensive, actually. But it does seem to do a decent amount of damage, so. I don't know if I could build around it or if it would be a situational thing. Oh, and its area of effect is pretty small. And if I had to be completely honest, I think I'm missing my Wandering Souls. I think with the right... what do I want to point into? Yeah, I'll put a point there. Get some ward going on when because I'm always casting. Okay. I have a minion that spawned up there. And I can keep doing it. Can I keep doing it? Yeah, I've got 2 minions. They're never gonna move. They're not gonna be able to come down from there, and they won't respawn to a different area either. I guess that could be buffed. I mean, I guess you don't want it to be too powerful. Yeah, I got lookouts now. If they were, yeah, the mage would be fine, but those 2 are just stuck up there. Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna pick everything I can up and just sell it back. Yep. Fire damage, critical strike chance. Can I sneak that? I can't sneak that in. Okay. All right, let's portal back to town real quick. Now that should unstick those minions. Yes, it did. Okay. So if you portal back to town, I can get those minions unstuck. Let me double check, make sure there's nothing I want to keep. I'm going to keep the critical chance because that's hard to get. Minion damage, because I am a minion build. I should keep that in mind. Now, if anybody doesn't know what I'm doing, is I'm trying to find those abilities that that this equipment has. Then I'm going to try to remove, and then later on, increase the quality of or add those skills to stuff that I have already in my inventory. So, like if I had a wand with mana regen, that's something that you don't want to sell. You want to keep that so that you can pull it off. And what I mean by pulling it off is if you go to inventory, oops, let me get a shattering stone out so I can show, just in case somebody has seen this before. And I want to go to the crafting menu. And let's get one I really would want off. Some kind of minion, something minion, I think. Take a chance. Okay, 23% minion damage, 12% cast speed, 20% minion damage. Why am I not using that? I'm gonna put that. I'm not gonna shatter that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. So this Necromancer's, the Cryomancer's Necromancer Wand of Frostbite. Like I said, try saying that 5 times fast. I can pull cold damage and chance to chill on hit. All right. The items, the skills in white, those buffs, you can't pull those off. That's just a based item. But the ones below it, in the different colors, those you can pull off. This is a prefix. This is a suffix. They are different. So to shatter it, I can stick a shattering stone here to shatter it. Or you can, I don't think you can do it in your, you used to be able to do it in your inventory. I don't think you can anymore. But I'll just show you this way of doing it. So I'm going to shatter it. And I got 1 shard created. Now, it used to put actual shards in inventory. It doesn't do that anymore. But I got 1 shard created. Now, this shard, that's what it looks like. If I wanted to add cold damage, which I don't want to, I could try adding cold damage to this wand. Now, this is like an endgame one. We're just going to do it. I want to show you what happens. So I have cold damage. It's a prefix. I have 1 prefix slot open on this wand. If I say forge, it'll add cold damage to that item. Every time that you forge, if you look at the bottom, 17% chance for a minor fracture. If I have a minor fracture, the item will just be locked. Okay? If I have a damaging factor, all FXs are reduced by 1 to 5 tiers. If this creates an effect with a tier lower than 1, it is removed. So not only can it lower the T level tier 1, tier 2, 3, 4, and 5, you could actually lose complete effects from doing that. And then if you have destructive fracture, all effects are removed and the item is locked, meaning it'll go gray and it's just worthless. It'll be worse than this ring. This ring has 1 effects on it, so it's actually worth something. But then you can't do anything. It's locked. You can no longer craft on it. Supposedly in the alpha or in the end game, what their vision is for the game, there'll be items that are very rare, but that you can use to fix a fractured item. Those would be really nice when that happens too. Let's see, anything in here that's good? I think this, because I am playing a mana character, and that's mana and straight mana, armor, spell damage. Yes, please, thank you. And what took so long for me to take it? And vitality, minion health, health regen. Oh, I forgot. I can do C. It's hard to see mine, but that's what the benefits of me taking this. And I actually like that crit chance on there for now. I think I'll keep the crit chance. I think it's a benefit to have crit chance. 27% crit chance. No, I'm not going to pay for it. I'd rather find it. I never pay for it. Eh? All right. I wish it did more damage. It was only doing 24 damage. And it was, okay. I've got a sparkly effect and a fire. It almost looked like I was carrying a torch there for a second. I was like, okay, that's odd. I do like it, but I think the wandering spirits do more damage. It's haphazard. It's kind of, I hope this hits, but it's enough that it keeps me wanting to do more to it. Okay. Oh, that's right. This stuff's gonna spawn back in. Oh, this should be interesting. They killed all my minions already. Really? Here. That worked. Okay, so don't ever say that exploding minions aren't good for your health. That just saved me right there. Oh. Summon a bone golem. Summon a bone golem, which attacks slowly but retaliates with bone nova when it takes 70 damage. I want to see what that looks like. Alright. Oh, Skeleton Commander. Yes. I don't know if I'm happy with my choices over here, but we'll keep going and trying to get the Crimson Horror. We'll keep pushing toward that. I want to see this guy. Oh! Oh, guys. Developers, anybody in there, send me... There's a Skeleton Commander. There's a Skeleton Commander. He's got a flag over him. I'm trying to... Oh, the Skeleton Commander looks cool. He's got a big two-handed sword. And he's got a flag that he's strapped to his spine. I was going to say like a flag strapped to his back. I think it's bone coming... He's hard to get a view on. Let me see. Okay, no, it's not bone. It's something, but it's like stuck into his spine. I wish I could swing the camera. Come here, come here, come here, come here, move. Yeah, it's attached to his back. I thought it was actually, it was part of his spine. Okay, that would be so cool. Developers, can I make a suggestion? If one of the developers is listening, it would be so cool. Instead of having this pole be wood, have it be bone, and it's actually his spine, and it's coming right off of his spine. It's like a bone spur, and at the end it has like this curve, and it's ribbed, just like a spine flag. Yes, a spine flag. That would be so cool. And then next, Oh my god, are you effing kidding me that I didn't get a chance to get a picture of this asset? Look at that golem. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like this brute type. That is so beautiful. In a demo game, that bone golem is effing awesome. Okay, if I had this asset, meaning I had a high res picture of this, that would be the it wouldn't be the Necromancer, it would be the bone. The bone golem looks better than the Necromancer. There, I've said it. The bone golem looks 1,000 times better than a Necromancer. That thing is so cool. I love it. Its chest is hands. It's what it looks like, doesn't it? I keep wanting to hit the middle mouse so I could spin around and take a look at it. Yeah, it almost looks like, right, looks like you can actually get in it like armor. Oh man, that would be kind of cool if that's what it was. That your character could, you could possess it. Yes, like a mech suit. That would be so cool. I'm gonna have to send the developers that I tweet that I want a high res picture of that. That is so cool. Man, the thumbnail I can make with that bone golem. Oh, I'm so upset that I don't have that as my thumbnail for the video. Let's see what the bone golem. Get up there, bone golem. Let's see what you do. Oh, two-handed smash. That was kind of cool. Oh, I can sacrifice him too. I don't want to sacrifice him. I like him too much, but if I wanted, I could. I just sacrificed my bone golem. I wonder if he does more damage when he's sacrificed than the other one. Yeah, so his standard attack is just to come up and two-handed smash. And then when he takes damage, you saw that he was shooting bone spurs or bone spikes out. Cool. I like that. I wonder if he does that when you bone. Oh, I already do that. Is it an extra one? Nope, it's a single one. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and resummon everything and get a golem up. Yeah, it's pretty bad when you're in your brand new tune, the brand new class that you just added to the game, summon something that actually looks so much better than it does. I'm sorry, I'm loving that. Wasting. Your minions have a 20% increased attack and cast speed, but lose 2% of the current health per second. No. Oh. Ooh. Maybe? If you have a... Okay, if you took the skills that allowed you... lowers the amount of mana it costs to summon your minions, and you took the skills that caused your minions to lose health over time and they died quickly, and as you were casting and summoning, they were dying and then causing your putrid retribution and your mark of punishment to go off continuously. Even without you exploding your minions, you were saving your mana to summon and not to explode them. That's an interesting idea too. I don't know if it's feasible, but it's interesting. I like the tooltip for the summon the commander. And they actually have a health bar. The other minions don't. They're just the basic minions, I guess. Selling commanders deal 30% more damage per point. I don't think I'm gonna hold off on putting that in. Unholy inspiration. Skeleton commanders gain ability to use inspire. Increases the attack speed and physical damage, necrotic damage of all nearby allies for 20% for 4 seconds. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that chance. Oh, my golem's like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna go up here and kill something. Alright, alright. Golem's like, you need to get moving, man. This is boring. I gotta learn all this new stuff. This is cool stuff. Oops, 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 oops. Get in there, my minions. Stuff's dying so quickly that my golem can't even get up there. Now, I want to show you guys something here real quick. Let me, if you guys didn't know, let me... One more and I can get Crimson Horror. I am going to resummon my golem. I want to make sure he's at full health. Now, we only have 4... You know what? Let me go to skills. I'm thinking... Oh, yes! Okay. Alright, 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 alright. There. I no longer have a melee attack. I should have done this a long time ago. I'm a complete idiot, and this is the proof of it. I've been running the whole game constantly trying to push the button to make the right buttons for Rip Blood. I can just cast it with my mouse now. It's so much nicer, okay? That's 1,000 times better. I wanted to get the Wandering Spirits back, and I was going to show you that if I actually take the Summoned Bone Golem off my bar, he'll stay here until he dies. I have to bring it back up to bring him back, and I could have brought out my Wandering Spirits. But now I can have my Wandering Spirits and eat my cake too. How's that for awesome? Wandering Spirits and Bone Golems. Yes! Ouch, 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 don't blow up on me. That hurts. Oh yeah, this is nice. I should have done this a long time ago. I'm a complete idiot. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. You're coming in right at the end. Well, I'm not done yet, but we are getting close to the end. I said I wanted to go one run of the game and spend about 2 hours doing it. And I've actually been taking my time this time. I usually run through this game pretty quickly, but that's because I know what I'm doing in it, and there's so much to learn. There's so much stuff has changed. You know, adding the Necromancer really made a huge change to the game. We just saw some really... I'm going to show this to you if you didn't see it earlier, Andrew. That right there... Hold on, I gotta get I had a really good view of it. This right here is a Bone Golem. It looks like this... like a mecha suit of armor that the Necromancer should be able to get into. Look at that. That looks so cool. The Summon Golem looks so much better than the Necromancer's artwork. That thing is awesome. I love it. I think the only thing better would be like a Bone Dragon. If you let me summon a Bone Dragon, oh my god. Alright, so, exhume. Raises 3 corpses out of the ground, which you can make use of with other skills. Make use of with other skills. Oh! I could raise the corpses and then defile it for ward? Or raise the corpses and maybe sacrifice the corpses? I'm gonna have to look at that one. Burns a corpse, dealing fire damage to surrounding enemies and raising a flame wraith from the remains. Exhume 3 corpses and then cremate them. That sounds like a cool combination. Of course, that's what they intended. And I think there's some other stuff you could do with that too. But yeah, oh, that's a perfect location to cast the Wandering Spirits. It was such a tight area. They were going through all those guys. No, I actually think I like the Golem the way it is. Kind of that piecemeal kind of look. It like I said, it looks like a piece of like summoned armor that you might be able to actually get into. Would be kind of cool. I don't think that's something they would actually go for, but it is an interesting idea. You know, it's food for thought. Alright, new skill. So that's the exhume skill. I'm going to put exhume on Q. Because I want to try that out. I want to see what that does when you cast it. And I'm going to keep going up this tree right here. We're not going to reach this before the end of the episode. Unless I cheat, and I don't want to cheat on this one. I want to play this one straight. But if I use the dev tools, I could get us up there really quick. But I kind of like the golem the way he looks now. So this rises corpses, which my golem ran right toward. That's kind of weird. So I wonder how long they're gonna stay there. Now, can I blow them up? No, they're not a minion. Okay, let's raise a golem. Do I have any skills that would affect? Yeah, defile. Defile would work. There you go. So right now, defile would do it, but when I get cremate, I could do it with cremate. So I exhume the bodies and then cremate them, and then I would summon a flame wraith. I wonder how powerful and how long the flame wraith. If the flame wraith is a permanent enemy, then this works, because I wonder if I could summon 3. Ooh. Another there's so many interesting skills with this, with the Necromancer. I'm loving it that they got me that interested in this. Well done. Seriously, well done. I'm loving it so far. Over here, my minions. Hit the wrong thing. No, no, no. R, trying to get my minions back up. Keep hitting the wrong thing. There we go. All right, let me kill this thing off that's spitting at me. All right, now I feel better. So wandering spirits, then they deal damage over time, and cremate for more dots. Summon fire wraiths, and those die and have a chance to summon blood and putrid wraiths. Yeah. I don't think you can do anything to wandering spirits. Wandering spirits, I don't think you can actually cremate them or blow them up. They're an autonomous minion, I think. They're not even a minion. They're oh, I got another commander. There we go. Now I'm back to full. Oh, I've got cremate now. God, I'm leveling up fast. What do I want to specialize in next, though? We only have so many to work with. Rip blood. I'm using rip blood continuously, so I should specialize in it. Maybe they do specialize with minion damage. That would be nice. You have to do a minion damage build. Almost everything, as much as minion damage as you can. What is happening out here? Who's doing what? Of course, now I'm out here watching. Oh. What's that noise it's doing is my commander is casting inspiration. It's periodic. There he goes. He just, that's what's, I was like, what is casting? Why am I getting attacked? Let me do what I'm doing. Jeesh. Blood spatter. I think I want to go with this one. I want to try blood spatter instead of eviscerate. We'll see how that goes. Crimson horror. So I have to blow up some enemies now so I can see what that looks like. But every time I sacrifice, it always creates. Now it adds an 8-second cooldown to sacrifice. I need that. I sacrifice way too often. So every 8 seconds I can sacrifice now. That'll minimize the amount of sacrificing I'm doing, but it'll always summon a blood wraith. And the blood wraith have 100% more health and damage and 40% increased size. Ooh. So now I get bigger blood wraiths. Nice. It's nicey nice. Yes, that's a reference. Skeleton commanders have 3% increased cooldown recovery speed per point for inspire. He's casting it enough, I think. Deal 30% more damage per point. I think I'm gonna go for more health. If I'm not blowing them up, I'd rather they survive a little bit longer. I don't think so. Here, we'll try it. Give me a second. So I need Wandering Spirits up, and I need Cremate. I'll put that on R. I'll bring the horror. See, my Golem stays out here. So I am going to bring out my Wandering Spirits. Yeah, see, I can't cast out on anything. I mean, now see, that's a little well, I guess I am casting it. It's not my fault. It's not the game's fault that I'm casting it whether it burns a corpse. So it only works on a corpse. So yeah, that's never going to work. It only works on a corpse. So put that one there. Let's get my where is the exhume? I want to see what this looks like. So now I'm going to exhume. I'm going to bring up 3 corpses from the ground. My minions are going to freak out and go toward it. I don't know why. Okay, so these look like the other wraiths, but these are burning wraiths now. They don't last very long. But each time one of those die, they could, if I have the right abilities, they could cause other stuff to spawn in. So that's very interesting. I mean, it's still, I mean, it's not something I want to use right now, but that is something that's very interesting. Do I want to keep it on my bar from when I'm killing other stuff? Yeah, we'll try it for a bit. Let me see. Yeah, see, if there's no corpse, it still costs mana to cast it. So you got to be careful about that. I think it's summon it or cast it long range. And Q. Are they casting fireballs? I think they were casting fireballs. Oh, they are casting fireballs. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Blood Spatter has 20% increased area per point. Yeah, I want Blood Spatter to hit a bigger area. I want more damage from that. It's one of my main abilities, anyways. I think I saw the Blood Spatter on this thing too. Yep, there's the Blood Splatter. I'd like to try this on a different kind of minion. Well, there we go. Oh, big boy. Nasty boy. Okay, that's interesting. It takes a lot of mana, but it's definitely interesting. I wish... Oh, that's right. I need to blow something up. Okay, that wasn't working. Adds 8-second cooldown to sacrifice. Sacrifice always creates a blood ray. WTF? Over? Alright, so if I sacrifice something, I always make a blood ray. New Skelly mages. Yeah, but they're temp mages, but yes. So there you go. I can make it so that I no longer summon skeleton mages when I summon, but if I want a skeleton mage, I can use the Flame Wraith. So that works. So if I found a bug. I've officially found a bug. There is a delay in but I am not getting a Blood Wraith anymore. I didn't take anything that would change that. Blood Wraith from Blood. Crimson Horror adds 8-second cooldown to sacrifice. Sacrifice always creates a Blood Wraith when you sacrifice a minion. Run Wraiths have 100% more health and damage and in 40% increased size. I'm not getting a Blood Wraith. I have officially found a bug. Hold on a second. Now, normally, like I said, I don't want to multitask. Give me a second, guys. I really do want... I'm going to go out to Discord real quick and let them know that I have a bug on if they can want to see it live. Yeah, I'm reporting that one immediately. One more second. I apologize for the wait. I really appreciate you guys giving me this time. Almost back. Edit. Oh, come on. I did that right. Edit. There we go. Cool. I put on there, found a bug live. If you want to see, and then I gave him the link to the thing. I mean, there might be somebody in here if they're, but they might be being really, really quiet and just letting me do my thing. But if not, I want to make sure that they knew about it at least. And then I shut off my Discord so it wouldn't cause any more problem. But yeah, I can sacrifice all I want, and I am not getting Blood Wraiths. So that sucks. Okay. I mean, I'm still happy with the Necromancer. Like I said, I'm in love with the Golem. I think the Golem's the coolest thing in the world. I feel bad for sacrificing the Golem. Okay, this guy is going to be hard. Is there a corpse over here that I missed? No. Darn it. I wanted the corpse. That sounds really, really bad. Hope nobody, you know, somebody who doesn't know what I'm doing is listening. He wants what? He wants a corpse? Oh, you sick bastard. More corpses. I need more corpses. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Corpse Central. Oh, and I'm full up. Alright. Let me head back to town. Sell this stuff off. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll give a chance for a developer to come in. I can show them out here too. Actually, maybe zoning out and zoning back in might fix that. We'll see. Hold on a second. After the stream, I'll go out there. If they don't come in, I'll go out there and let them know more precisely what I found. Yeah, none of that was really good. We're almost at the end anyways. I'll have to work on this off screen anyways. So we zoned. I'm gonna summon a couple more minions. I'm gonna feel bad for doing this. Nope. I'm gonna zone back into the area. I'll try again. Okay. I'm scared to move. Oh no, I broke the game. I broke the game, guys. I broke the game. I'm gonna die too. But yeah, I broke the game. My minions can't get to them. I can't get back to the oh, it's not the end of the world. know it. Just give me a second. We kill this stuff off. So, yeah, I found 2 bugs in a single stream. Ah. But, okay, how about this bug? I, 2 bugs found already. Oh, somebody found this bug too? Aww. Here, I thought I was actually helping. I need some skeleton horde. Come here. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. Get off me. That's a problem if you can always summon a skeleton warrior or a commander. You can only have one of those. Can I get off the bridge? Okay, so I can get off the bridge. I just can't go backwards. Okay. So it's not that big of a bug. I mean, it's a bug. It's not that big of a bug, I guess. I'm gonna keep getting the word, I think, for this one. Okay. Well, I am trying to help out where I can. How I can, even if I'm not very whoops. Hello. Let me get my minion out. Fire mages, thank you. Come here. Come here, guys. Well, I got fire mages available. Ouch. Keep summoning fire mages as much as I can. They seem to be doing a good amount of damage. My dreams of a minion army have been dashed and destroyed. But actually, the blood rage, when if I get the right skills, when it dies, even though it's invisible and doesn't attack, when it dies, it could still cause those other abilities to proc. But now I kind of wish I didn't put the point. I wish I didn't put that 1 point in a Crimson Horror, though. Oh well. Increase my damage on that then. And we'll go Blood Spatter. Corrosive Blood. Blood Spatter has 30% chance to apply Corrosive Blood debuff on hit. Corrosive Blood reduces armor by 30%. Or by 30. Enemies can't have multiple instances of it. Okay. Nah. Because skill, I mean, there's no need for a free skill refund. The developers have made it plain and clear that you hit Shift D and you can get dev mode. And you turn on the dev mode and I can do whatever. I can reset all my skills if I want. I'm just not cheating this run because I want this to be a clean, let's learn about the Necromancer together run. That's why I'm doing it this way. If I'm doing a build, because let's be honest, guys, I have a full-time job. Okay, so I don't have the time to spend trying to get a character up to 75, 50, you know, even level 40. It takes hours and hours, and if I did that, I'd never make any other content. So I do use the dev tools when I'm doing a build video. But today's video, nah, I'm not worried about it. It doesn't make me upset. It just makes me kind of sad. That's all. All right, so Blood Infusion. Your minions that are hit by the Blood Spatter gain Blood Infusion buff for 4 seconds. Blood Infusion grants 30% increased damage. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Guys, the Blood Splatter is powerful. If you take Blood Infusion and the nodes that buff Blood Infusion, yeah. I could see a blood run. A Bloodmancer. Corrosive blood that hurts them, reduces the armor, additional 30. No longer reduces armor, but instead reduces necrotic protection. Ooh. Per point. 18% additional chance per point to apply corrosive blood on hit. Oh, there you go. Tides of blood. Corrosive blood is 60% reduce effect, but enemies can have multiple instances of it. Interesting. I think the blood spell could be almost as powerful as the skeletons. You could almost do, I don't want to say almost, but a huge, like a blood mage. Yeah. You could do a serious blood run. I don't want to think I would go for eviscerate. Half of the initial hit. Blood splatter has physical base damage similar to half the physical hit. Added damage applies at 50% effective to blood splatter. Do not apply to blood splatter unless stated otherwise. See, I think I like this one. And then you got to buff it so that it's 17% chance to cause. You want that blood splatter to happen as much as possible. But you're doing it for a lower mana cost. You're not, you know, the mana cost of the rip blood is very low. And I like this one. So you put a lot of points into it, and you can still get 60. You can get up into the in the 90s, 90% chance to have blood splatter go off. And then once you have blood, you got blood infusion, and it's buffing your minion. So you put skeletons together with rip blood buffed down the blood infusion tree, and that would be pretty cool. Orb of blood. Rip blood targets and damages your minions instead of enemies. The health restored by the orb created by the rip blood is increased by 70%. Blood splatter functions as normal. So instead of attacking your enemies, you're attacking your minions? I don't know if that's useful. Unless the minion is an automatic summon minion, and when the minion dies, it can cause other stuff to be summoned that you can then rip blood on. Ross, your perpetual motion summoning wet dream it could be right there. Marrow Drinker. So you're healing yourself by killing your minions. Your minions die and they summon more minions. And it's a perpetual cycle you just keep going over and over on. And you can actually get it so that it restores 2 mana per point. So you can 6 mana per point each time that you get that you drink blood, and you get it from your minions. 50% increased mana efficiency per point. Carrion Hunger. Health restored by the orb blood created by Rip Blood is reduced by 30%. Rip Blood is free when you're out of mana. So then you can just keep casting it, it doesn't matter. And every time you're killing an enemy, one of your own minions, that can cause another minion to spawn. If you have the right traits and or the right abilities. Like that necklace we were talking about that gives you health every time an enemy is, one of your minions is killed. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Come on. There we go. Give me a fire mage. I hit the wrong thing. I don't want to keep tapping that. There's nothing there. Level. Nice. Perpetually out of mana, but... No, my golem died. Darn it. Get my golem back up. Golem's too cool to be dead. Yeah, I gotta watch it. I'm running out of mana way too often. Ouch, 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 ouch. No, no, not that. Get up. Darn it. I'm freaking out, I'm freaking out. It's killing all my stuff. Alright, there we go. I was doing good until he summoned back in. I wasn't ready for his resummon. Drink a potion and one of my minions drop and gives me more health. I like that skill. I'm sorry, that's so cool because I can heal myself to additional summons if I have the right abilities. Alright, I want Blood Infusion. Blood Infusion's cool. And then 5% more attack cast speed per point. Yes, I'll go for that. It's not a very efficient build. It's not the. This is not a build guide. This is just me playing around with the different skills and trying different stuff out. But I will tell you that when you're doing Necromancer, you need to be careful on your mana usage. You know, don't spam those summons to raise corpses. Do it sporadically. Try to keep about 60 mana at a time, because if you don't have that, life will get ugly. Give me health, give me health. There we go. My minions gave me health. That was awesome. Hit it, hit it. Yeah, I definitely want to find out if the Wandering Spirits is affected by your minion damage, because that is really... It is. It's an awesome game, and it's only a free demo. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Just try it. Now, like I said, if you haven't backed them yet, you won't have access to the Necromancer, because that's only for $35 and above tier supporters. But the other classes are really nice too. I will say that right now my favorite class is the Necromancer. I think the Necromancer is OP. I know. I'm so like now, and I speak like all the cool kids, but you know how it is. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Alright, make this come up. Final guy. This will be the end of the run, guys. My my body's starting to revolt. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Oh, move out of the way. Some mana. Minion. Now, I'm really trying to be careful and watch my minions and summon them when I need to. Oh, I lost my commander. I'm trying to get a new commander to come up because he buffs everybody. My golem's about to die, so I'll go ahead and sacrifice my golem. What's that? Okay, there's a... So you're right. It is actually there. It's invisible. I have a 1 right there. It's a minion that I can't see. Ouch, 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 ouch. So it's invisible and it doesn't attack. And that's exactly right. And it's not dying either. Too bad it didn't have like an aura effect. I've got 2 of them out there now. But it doesn't do anything because... Hey, my golem was doing pretty good against the boss. He tanked it pretty good. Ow, get out of the race, get out of the race. Ouch, ouch. Wandering Spirits out here. Come on, run into him. Serious damage. There we go. Well, at least my minions are holding tough. My golem just died. That golem is a serious tank. He's a better tank than I am, that's for sure. Come on. Keep going. Level 21. I'm about right for the Omen of Silence. All my other minions have died. Time to get some minions up. There we go. Now see, in this case, I actually think I want casters, because they're staying back and not getting destroyed like my other minions just run forward and sacrificing themselves on the altar of protecting me. Now I think it's a bug, but I know that the final room doesn't teleport you anymore. Or at least it didn't. I saw a post on that. All right, Ross. Like I said, it is almost over. Enjoy your sandwich. If you are gonna try the demo, Ross, let's see. I made an Echomancer. Okay, so it's not a Necromancer, but it's called the Echomancer, and it was which character class? I forget which character class off the top of my head, but it's a really cool one. But it is an FPS killer. Oh, so it does work. So now, this is the end of the demo, but like it says, it's not the end of the story, and that comes at a different time. Definitely go out and check out Last Epoch. Download the free demo, guys. Take a look at it. It is really a cool game. If you haven't looked at it yet, you're gonna want to look at it. I really appreciate everybody hanging out and watching this 2.5 hours. It was a pretty good stream. If you guys enjoyed the content, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Take it easy. Bye.